Welcome back to the channel, amazing collectors and coin enthusiasts. Today we're diving into an iconic piece of American history straight from the United States of America, the legendary Maryland State Quarter. If you love rare coins, valuable quarters, and hidden treasures in your pocket change, then this video is just for you. In today's episode of Coins for a Minute, we're featuring the stunning P-Mint $quarter honoring Maryland, proudly known as the Old Line State. This beautiful quarter carries powerful American symbols including liberty, in God we trust, and E pluribus unum. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the P-Mint mark makes this Maryland quarter a must-check coin for serious collectors and beginners alike. The Maryland design showcases the historic Maryland State House dome, a symbol of freedom and American heritage. But here's the exciting part. Some Maryland P $quarter in high grades or with rare mint errors can be worth far more than just 25 cents. Could you have a valuable Maryland quarter hiding in your collection right now? In this video, we'll explore the history, design details, mint mark significance, potential errors, and the real market value of the Maryland Old Line State Quarter. Stay tuned to discover how much this coin is worth today and what makes certain versions highly collectible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin spotlight. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story. Let's get started. The United States of America $quarter, Maryland State Quarter, 2000p. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter, but this coin carries powerful historical meaning and represents both American heritage and state pride. Let's begin with the obverse, or the front side of the coin. You can clearly see the left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. His image has appeared on the quarter since 1932 and remains one of the most recognized coin portraits in the world. Above his head, the inscription reads United States of America. On the left side, you will see the word liberty, and on the right side is the national motto, In God we trust. At the bottom, it reads $quarter. Just beside the motto, you will notice the P-Mint mark, which tells us this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's turn to the reverse side, where the true story of this coin unfolds. At the top, you see the name Maryland, and just below it, the year 1788. This is the first important date on the coin. The year 1788 marks the time when Maryland ratified the United States Constitution and officially became the seventh state to join the Union. This date represents the historical foundation of the state. In the center of the design, you will notice the beautiful dome of the Maryland State House, located in Annapolis. This building is one of the most historic state capitals in America. It is especially famous because George Washington resigned his commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army there in 1783, an act that demonstrated his commitment to civilian leadership and democracy. Around the central dome, you can see branches of white oak leaves on both sides. The white oak is Maryland's official state tree, and its presence and design symbolizes strength, endurance, and pride. Beneath the building, you will see the year 2000, the second important date on this coin. This is the year the coin was minted and released into circulation. So this quarter carries two significant dates: 1788, representing Maryland's statehood, and 2000, representing the coin's release year. At the bottom of the reverse side, you'll also find the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. This motto reflects the unity of the states forming one nation. This coin was part of the 50 state quarters program introduced by the United States Mint. The program ran from 1999 to 2008 and featured a unique design for each of the 50 states. It became one of the most successful coin programs in American history, inspiring millions of people to begin collecting coins. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin. In circulated condition, this 2000 Maryland quarter is usually worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if you find one in uncirculated or mint condition with sharp details and strong luster, collectors may pay a few dollars for it. Coins graded in higher mint state levels can sometimes sell for even more. Additionally, if the coin has a mint error, such as a double die, off-center strike, or other striking anomaly, its value could increase significantly depending on rarity and condition. Proof versions were also produced for collectors, including special silver proof editions. which are more valuable than regular circulation coins. What makes this coin truly special is its ability to connect 2 centuries of American history. The year 1788 represents the early days of the United States, while the year 2000 represents the modern era. This small piece of metal bridges history and present-day America in a meaningful way. So if you ever come across a 2000p Maryland quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Look at the condition, the sharpness of the dome, the details in Washington's hair, and the clarity of the lettering. Even a common coin can hold surprising value if it is well preserved. This Maryland State Quarter is more than just 25 United States quarter dollar. The Idaho State Quarter, released in 2007. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter, but this coin carries powerful historical meaning and beautiful symbolism. Most importantly, this coin features 2 important dates that connect Idaho's past with modern America. Let's begin with the obverse, or front side, of the coin. Just like other modern quarters, it features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Above his head, you can clearly read United States of America. On the left side appears the word liberty, while on the right side is the national motto, "In God We Trust." At the bottom, it reads quarter dollar. You will also notice the mint mark P, which means this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's turn to the reverse side, where the real story of this coin begins. At the top, you will see the word Idaho, and just below it, the year 1890. This is the first important date on the coin. The year 1890 marks the time when Idaho officially became the 43rd state of the United States. This date represents Idaho's statehood and its proud entry into the Union. In the center of the design, you will notice a powerful image of a peregrine falcon. The falcon is shown in strong detail, symbolizing freedom, strength, and independence. The peregrine falcon was once endangered but made a remarkable comeback, which reflects Idaho's natural resilience and wild beauty. Beside the falcon, you can see the outline of the state of Idaho with a small star marking the capital city, Boise. Next to the state outline, you will see the words Esto Perpetua. This Latin phrase means let it be perpetual or let it endure forever. It is Idaho's official state motto and represents the hope that the state and its values will last forever. At the bottom of the reverse side, you will see the second important date, 2007. This is the year this quarter was officially minted and released into circulation. So this coin carries 2 significant dates. 1890, the year Idaho became a state, and 2007, the year this commemorative quarter was issued. Along the bottom edge, you'll also find the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This national motto represents unity among the states. This Idaho quarter was part of the famous 50 State Quarters program launched by the United States Mint. The program ran from 1999 to 2008 and featured a unique design for each of the 50 states. It became one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history and encouraged millions of people to start coin collecting. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin. In circulated condition, the 2007 Idaho quarter is generally worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition with sharp details, bright luster, and no scratches, it may be worth a few dollars to collectors. Coins graded in higher mint state levels can sell for even more. There are also Denver Mint versions marked with a D and special proof versions marked with an S from San Francisco. Proof coins have mirror-like surfaces and were specially made for collectors. Some proof versions were even struck in silver, which increases their value. Collectors often examine the fine feathered details of the falcon, the clarity of the Idaho state outline, and the sharpness of Washington's portrait. The better the condition, the higher the collector interest. Additionally, rare mint errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, can significantly increase a coin's value. What makes this coin truly meaningful is how it connects 2 different time periods. The year 1890 represents Idaho's historic statehood and its journey into the United States. The year 2007 represents modern America and the celebration of state pride through coinage. This small coin beautifully bridges history and the present day. So the next time you come across a 2007 Idaho quarter, take a closer look. Notice the strength of the falcon, the powerful state motto, and the two important dates that tell Idaho's story. Even though it may seem like just 25 cents, it carries over a century of history and meaning. This is not just a coin. It is a symbol of freedom, endurance, and state pride, captured in metal for generations to come. The Connecticut State Quarter, 1999p, featuring its two important dates. Today we are taking a close and detailed look at one of the very first coins released in the historic 50 State Quarters program, the Connecticut State Quarter. This beautiful coin may look simple at first glance, but it carries deep historical meaning and features two very important dates that connect America's colonial past to modern times. Let's begin with the obverse or front side of the coin. Just like other state quarters, it features the left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Around the top edge, you can read United States of America. On the left side appears the word liberty, and on the right side is the national motto, In God We Trust. At the bottom, it clearly reads quarter dollar. You will also notice the P mint mark, which tells us this particular coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's turn to the reverse side, where the true historical story begins. At the top, you will see the name Connecticut, and just below it, the year 1788. This is the first important date on the coin. The year 1788 marks the year Connecticut ratified the United States Constitution and officially became the fifth state to join the Union. This date represents Connecticut's important role in the early formation of the United States. In the center of the design, you see a large and powerful tree, the famous charter oak. This tree is one of the most legendary symbols in Connecticut history. According to tradition, in 1687, Connecticut colonists hid their royal charter inside the hollow of this oak tree to protect it from being seized by the British governor. By hiding the document, they protected their rights and self-government. Because of this brave act, the charter oak became a symbol of freedom and independence. Below the tree, you will see the second important date, 1999. This is the year the state quarter was officially released into circulation. So this coin carries two significant dates, 1788, representing Connecticut's statehood, and 1999, representing the modern commemorative release of this quarter. At the bottom of the reverse side, you will notice the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one. This powerful motto reflects unity among the states. The Connecticut Quarter was actually one of the first 5 coins issued in the 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint. This program began in 1999 and ran through 2008, releasing 5 new state designs each year. It became one of the most successful coin programs in American history, encouraging millions of people to start collecting coins. Now, let's talk about value. In circulated condition, the 1999 Connecticut Quarter is generally worth its face value of 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition with strong details, sharp lines in the tree branches, and clean surfaces may be worth a few dollars to collectors. High-grade coins certified in mint state condition can sometimes sell for even more. There are also Denver Mint versions marked with a D, and proof versions struck in San Francisco with an S mint mark. Proof coins have mirror-like surfaces and were specially made for collectors. Some proof editions were struck in 90% silver, which increases their value compared to regular clad circulation coins. Collectors often examine the fine detail in the charter oak's branches and trunk. Because the design has many thin lines, worn coins may lose detail quickly. Coins with sharp branch definition and minimal scratches are more desirable. What makes this coin truly special is the powerful message behind it. The year 1788 represents Connecticut's commitment to the United States Constitution. The year 1999 represents the beginning of a modern coin program that celebrated all 50 states. Together, these two dates connect more than 2 centuries of American history. So the next time you find a 1999 Connecticut Quarter in your change, take a closer look. Notice the strength of the charter oak, the symbolism of freedom, and the 2 important dates that tell a story of courage and unity. This small 25-cent coin is more than just currency. It is a symbol of independence, protection of rights, and the enduring spirit of America. The Kansas State Quarter 1861, released in 2005. This quarter is part of the famous 50 State Quarters program and carries two important dates that connect Kansas past with modern America. Let's begin with the front side of the coin. Like all modern state quarters, it features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Around the top edge, you can read United States of America. On the left side appears the word liberty, while on the right side you see the national motto, "In God We Trust." At the bottom, it reads quarter dollar. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's turn to the reverse side, where the real story begins. At the top, you see the word Kansas, and just below it the year 1861. This is the first important date. The year 1861 marks the time when Kansas officially became the 34th state of the United States. This was during a very important period in American history, just before the Civil War. In the center of the design, you see a powerful American buffalo, also known as a bison. The buffalo represents Kansas' rich wildlife history and its connection to the Great Plains. To the left of the buffalo, you will notice a sunflower, the official state flower of Kansas. Because of these bright sunflowers, Kansas is often called a sunflower state. Below the design, you will see the second important date, 2005. This is the year this quarter was officially minted and released into circulation. So this coin carries two significant dates, 1861, representing Kansas statehood, and 2005, representing the year of issue. At the bottom edge, you will also find the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This symbolizes unity among all states. The Kansas Quarter was issued as part of the 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Millions of Americans collected these coins, making it one of the most successful coin programs in history. In circulated condition, this coin is usually worth its face value of 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition with sharp buffalo details and clean surfaces can be worth a few dollars. Proof and silver versions may be worth even more. This Kansas Quarter beautifully connects the year 1861, the state's entry into the Union, with 2005. The year was honored in modern coinage. It is a small coin with a powerful historical message. Deciduous Tree, Connecticut State Quarter, 1999 p. Full engaging script. Now let's talk about another historic quarter, the Connecticut State Quarter, released in 1999. This coin was one of the very first state quarters ever issued, and it also carries two important dates. On the front side, we again see the portrait of George Washington. The inscriptions read, United States of America, Liberty, and In God We Trust, with quarter dollar at the bottom. The P mint mark shows that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now turning to the reverse side, at the top you see the word Connecticut, and just below it the year 1788. This is the first important date. In 1788, Connecticut ratified the United States Constitution and became the fifth state to join the Union. In the center of the coin, you see a large tree known as a charter oak. This tree is one of the most famous symbols in Connecticut history. According to legend, in 1687 colonists hid their royal charter inside this tree to protect it from British authorities. Because of this act, the charter oak became a powerful symbol of freedom and self-government. Below the tree, you see the second important date, 1999. This is the year this quarter was officially released as part of the State Quarters program. So this coin carries two meaningful dates, 1788 for statehood and 1999 for its commemorative release. At the bottom is a phrase, e pluribus unum, reinforcing the idea of unity. Like the Kansas Quarter, this coin was issued under the 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint. In circulated condition, it is worth 25 cents, but higher grade and proof versions can be worth more collectors. This Connecticut Quarter connects America's early constitutional history in 1788 with the modern celebration of states in 1999. It represents courage, independence, and the protection of rights. If you'd like, I can also create a more dramatic YouTube-style script with stronger hooks and engaging storytelling for a better audience retention.